So this is my newest journal, and I'm gonna show you the details. So for the cover and some of the pages, I used an antique book from 1826, and it was in a pretty bad shape, so I had to make another spine. The spine was gone, so I used lace here, but I managed to save the cover and some of the pages. And here is an antique photograph, black and white photograph of this beautiful lady, so I added some gold around. This is an antique lace, the color is beautiful. Some antique French papers, this vintage wallpaper. This is vintage, and this is from a vintage necklace. And the back is a vintage wallpaper, antique French papers, and this rose image. So it's not a large journal, it's not too big. I like the size, I think it's perfect, and it's full of beautiful antique and vintage papers and lace and ruffles and pretty fabric. So let me show you the inside. Here it's the original back of the cover, so you can see how pretty the color. This is the original page, and this is the original book. So I made a collage here. I use it for my collages. I use it real original French papers, and some are printed. And this is a vintage wallpaper. Here in this pocket I made a collage, and this card I printed the French document in my blue dyed paper, so it got this pretty color. So this is my card, and the backs of my cards, they're all tea dyed or another kind of dyed paper that I have. So this is the original second page of the book. You can see it's from 1826. It's beautiful, beautiful image, and the color is just gorgeous. And here I made a pocket, a library card, a lot of gold inside this journal, a lot of gold details. So here it's a antique postcard, loved embossing here. This is a vintage railway paper, I guess, card. And I made this pocket using vintage lace, and this is my berry dyed paper. And this card, I made this collage, and this is a pressed flower, vintage tape. I think it's so pretty, this card. And vintage music papers. This is a photograph of, I think it's a little boy. Thought it was lovely, and you can write in the back. And here it's a flip, and this is a small card. My daughter brought me from her travels a box with those cards, and they have gold details, so I thought it was so pretty. I added this image. So this goes here in this pocket, and it's a flip. You can write here. This is a journaling card, lots of gold, and you can write in the back. A pocket, and Here it's another antique postcard, beautiful handwriting. This is a French letter, and this is a piece of paper. It's an antique. I have those antique papers that I collect, so I'm adding some inside this journal. So gold, this I think is my bead dyed paper. Here it's a Victorian card and just a vintage note paper. Here it's a little pocket, and here it's a fabric pocket. This is my rose dyed paper, and I get this color. It's very hard. Sometimes I get this color at the end, and I like to use as tea dyed papers, and the black tea dye paper get a color, and this is similar, but it's kind of different, so I like to use this instead of regular black tea dyed paper. So this is a pocket here, and this is another pocket. This page, vintage page, this is a journaling card. I made this collage. This is the original book. Those are French papers, vintage wallpapers. This is my green dyed paper. Here it's a pocket, the vintage paper. This page, I love this. It's so beautiful. Those French ledger papers are from Sarah, from Craft Paper Beads. They're so pretty. So I made a pocket here. This is a little charm. Beautiful paper. The back. This is an antique photograph from 1924, and you can write here. This is another antique postcard, gold, all gold and embossed. So beautiful. It matches with this page. And here it's a vintage playing card. This is a page from the Sears catalog, just a little piece. And this is an original page from the book. It's a poem book. So here it's a flip, and I used an antique envelope for this. So I made this small card, and here it's another tiny card inside. It's a frame. It goes on inside this pocket, and there's a journaling card. And this is a flip, so you can't write here or here. And this, I left it open, but if you want, you can just glue and make a pocket, or you can just leave like this and write in the back. So here it's just some tickets and another antique paper. This handmade paper is from Heather from Rose Hill Paper Cottage, and I love her dyed paper, so I made as a pocket. It's her handmade paper, not dyed paper, handmade paper. I think it's so beautiful. And this is my rose dyed paper, and here is a piece of an antique postcard. So years ago when I purchased those pieces, they're scraps from postcards. They are already cut, so I think this color will match here. It's lovely. And the other side, it's another page, original page, and I made this card tag, and so pretty. And this is an antique photograph. And this is a pocket I made using vintage wallpaper. So most of my wallpapers are from Heather from Ruby and Pearl. She has the prettiest wallpapers. And this is a card. So I purchased a journal from Sarah, and this is a print from one card that she added inside the journal. I thought it was so lovely, so I printed and I made a card. And this is another charm. This card is so pretty. I love this image. I think it's lovely. The handmade paper. Lace, this trim, this pocket, and I love this image. So I have this antique photograph, and I printed the image from the photograph, and I love this. There's a little child here, a little kid, and a woman, pretty hat. So, and this is the original page, and this is the back of the cover. So this is my journal. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you like it. Bye.